Back to the information and conversation with Matt. This is your Houston Morning News.
The calling aspect of this, from the standpoint of people letting me know that they're going to be there, has been overwhelming. It's been very comforting to know that there are people out there.
Yeah, that want him to run. Maybe even God. All right, listen, we've got to get a perspective that you will only get from our next guest. Joining us right now is a guy that actually ran against Rick Perry, former gubernatorial candidate, musician, author, all-around great guy, Kinky Friedman. Welcome to Houston's Morning News. It is a pleasure to have you on, sir.
Hey, Matt, greetings from Las Vegas.
What's the temperature in Vegas? Is it hotter there than it is here in Houston?
I haven't been outside the casino since I've been here, so I couldn't tell you. It looks hot. Yeah, I'm here also for a cigar convention, or Kinky Friedman Cigars, KFC. But I'll tell you one thing.
Yeah.
There are more Texans here than I think there are in Texas. It's incredible.
Let me ask you this, Kinky. Rick Perry, the governor, is saying that he feels as though he's getting more comfortable with his calling, being called to run for president. Do you think that's a good idea to begin, I don't know, invoking God, if in fact that is what he's doing, to let people know that he's an evangelical Christian? We certainly know that here in Texas, but what about the rest of the country?
Well, I'm not a Christian. I'm an independent. And I'm not even a Republican, but I have certainly seen the weak-willed Democrats of Texas,
yeah.
And I'm not very impressed with them either. So I have a feeling about Rick that when I ran against him, Matt, he was a very, very decent fellow. He's not one of these. Well, how can I say this? People that mock and ridicule Sarah Palin,
right?
I think are the only thing in the world more pathetic than Sarah Palin are the people that are mocking her, and in a sense, some of the greatest leaders the world and the country have had. Harry Truman was one, and Winston Churchill was another, who were not considered. Nobody even thought about them as president or prime minister.
So you think that that possibly Perry, as a decent guy, has got a pretty good shot at this, and
I think he's more than a decent guy. I think I've said I think there's a quiet strength in Perry, and that he may, when he goes through that cauldron of has an epiphany. I think if he were actually president, I believe he would say, now, good Lord, I have to be a man for all the people.
Right.
And, the greatest leaders we've had have probably not been president. I mean, we've had people like Jesus and Moses in the history of mankind.
Kinky, I was here this morning, and Kinky, thanks so much for taking the time. We sure appreciate it. And we've got a scheduled execution, 6 o'clock, Huntsville. Now, you have a very clear and defined position on capital punishment. I have it written down here, but I'm just going to go ahead and let you speak it. You're not necessarily for the death penalty, are you?
I'm not, and I think it's the one thing that Rick could do right now that would really solidify his appeal to the rest of America. Thank you, dear. And that would be.
Were you talking to me, Kinky? Did you call me dear?
No, I wasn't talking. I didn't call you dear.
I just want to make sure.
Cocktail waitress.
Okay, I thought maybe we were getting a lot closer than I thought, but maybe I can call you sweetheart. I don't know.
No. I may be exploring my sexuality, but not that far. No. It's just. I will say this. I mean. I've always told the Christians that, that I hate for you to have to hear this from a Jew, but that's who you heard it from the first time, folks. Getting rid of the death penalty would be the greatest single thing Texas could do, and the world would stand up and salute Texas. They'd cheer for Texas. I mean, this would be politically good for Rick as well, and it makes more sense for a Christian to stand against the death penalty. But that being put aside, I think this is a guy who's done very well with the economy of Texas,
mm-hmm.
And that's where the Churchills and the Harry Trumans come from. They come from people like Rick that really never you never thought of them in this way, and I think he could become a man of the people overnight. You remember Churchill and FDR were really aristocrats, and somehow they forged this bond with a common man that was really legitimate and genuine. And I think if Rick were president, unlike Obama, I mean, Obama is still running a government by ego. He's still. I'm at a point I'd vote for Charlie Sheen over Obama at this point because he's so damn perpetually behind the curve.
Right.
And I think Rick is a man who believes what he believes, and that's always good.
Kinky, I want to thank you so much for joining us here on Houston's Morning News. I look forward to a long relationship, and we're already calling each other pet names, so I think this is going to go on a long time. But enjoy Vegas. Good luck with the cigar convention, and I look forward to having you back very soon.
All right, Matt. Carry on. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Kinky Friedman.